Libras, welcome to your soul path reading for whenever you watch this. It is timeless, okay? Hope all is well. Welcome to Tarot and Heal. Welcome to the place where we empower the high vibers. You have, Alvin? You have? Okay, because that pillow's glow. Okay, all right, cool. What's up? Welcome to Tarot and Heal. Luck here. And let's get into it. I come to you, humble God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light, divine love, in accordance with your divine will. What is it that we need to know? Speaking of no, why is no coming out? All right, we have no and we have awakening. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. All right, are you saying no to your upgrade? Hold up. Y'all not saying no to an energetic upgrade, right? It seems like some of you guys, you might be going through a spiritual awakening of sorts or an ascension of sorts, and there might be some resistance to that. You're feeling it though. I feel like you're feeling the shock waves of that, but you're like, I don't know what that is. I don't want none of that. I want no parts. Okay? Don't be trying to get me out of who I am. Don't try to force me to be more than I am. Don't try to force me to step into my godly energy. Why y'all doing that? Why are you fighting for your limitations, baby? Come on. Line up. Tap in. Okay, we have the trust your path coming through. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? You are being led to get on your divine path, but it's some fear surrounding that because it does feel a little bit different. It's different from what you would decide your life needs to look like, it seems like. Or you feel like you're being led to do something that's like off the path you're supposed to be on. Get out of the traditional ways of thinking. Whatever you've been doing so far, how has that been working for you? Has it been working well for you? All right. If not, then try something else, okay? You are being led to hop on that divine path though, all right? I am aligned with the divine. I am aligned with the divine. There does seem like there's a little bit of trust that needs to be had when it comes to this new information you're receiving. I feel like there's a little bit of mistrust about your spiritual guidance. And I think that's just coming from, I think that's very natural. That happens because you are experiencing the world in a new way. You might be experiencing spirituality in a new way. Some of you guys, whether you are dealing with a fresh new awakening, or you might be dealing with an ascension and you're experiencing spirituality in a new way. Either way. However you're experiencing it in a new way, and that can be unnerving. And I understand that. It does require a little bit of trust. It does require a little bit of give and take from you and the universe. Okay, so just find ways to set the intention of lining up with the divine help. Okay, because not all help is created equal. Not all help is created equal. Not all help is created equal. Just because they're on the unseen side doesn't mean that they have all your best interests at heart. And that's fine. Tap in to the divine help. Tap into the light and love energy. Set that intention. I am only aligned with the divine energy. I'm only asking for assistance from the divine. That's why I say this prayer. That's why I say the prayer that I say. I come to you humbly, asking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light, divine love, in accordance with divine will, okay? That's it. I'm only talking about what's aligned with our divine will. That's it, all right? Nothing else. All right? All right, cool. Let's get into it. What's going on with Libras? Oh, yeah. There's resistance, baby. We have the Death card coming out in reverse. You are being led to a new way of being. You are being led to perceive the world in a different way. You are having a spiritual awakening. Welcome. Do not resist. The water's fine here. I promise you. All right? Don't be scared. Don't be scared, baby. All right? All right, what else? Pride is getting in the way. Six of Wands is coming through. Pride is getting in the way a little bit. I think one of the things that people deal with when they are going through an awakening, especially if it's like a new awakening, not just an ascension, the biggest issue sometimes is relinquishing control. It is the idea of surrendering to a higher power. Sometimes that can be a bit unnerving, especially let's say if you study astrology, right? And you realize how much we're actually coded right? How a lot of who we are is not like, oh, this is just who I am because I made myself who I am. You're realizing like, no, this is actually coded in our astrological placements. Noticing that and realizing how mapped out and how strategic the universe really is, even down to our personality, that can be a bit unnerving. And it does require you to actually relinquish control and realize, oh my gosh, there's this higher power that is actually making moves on this chessboard, and I am just a pawn. Now, when you become more spiritually aware, then you can be more of a pawn, more than a pawn. You can be more of a power player on the chessboard, but we are still just pieces on the universal chessboard. The universal chessboard being the divine plan. We don't. With more time, we can gain more access into that divine plan. But right now, in this beginning stage, you might just have a whole lot of directions without the knowing of the why, and you're going to have to learn how to surrender. It's just a continuous process of having faith and getting that feedback loop from the universe and realizing that, oh my God, okay, the universe is on my side. And that's what the trust that needs to come in here. There's a trust that needs to happen that the guidance that's coming in is actually for your highest good. And to know that your higher self is actually on board with this. It's your human self that is kind of kicking and screaming a little bit, and you're going to have to give it a little bit of a nudge. It is going to feel uncomfortable because it's a new way of looking at the world, especially if you're an adult and you're used to seeing the world in a certain way, and now you're being told everything we were told was a lie, right? This is really the nature of our world. This is really the nature of being human. This is really the nature of our so-called reality. To have those moments, those epiphanies, it can be unnerving. You are not alone. You have people who are also going through this as well as I am, right? It's a bunch of humans who are waking up. You're not alone in this. Go ahead and search for resources. Continue to be open-minded and be curious, okay? But do not be scared. Okay? You have control over this. You set the intentions of who you want to be in contact with and what type of energy. This is why I talk so much about high vibing. I wanted to always be clear what my intentions are for the seen and unseen. Okay? All right. That's how you do it. Now move on forward. All right. Don't let your ego get in the way. Don't try to control things, right? So back to that ego thing, the ego tripping a little bit. It's like a little bit of a control thing because it's like, okay, so I thought I had control over my life. Now I'm realizing that, let's say back to the astrology, now I'm realizing like, oh, all these, even everything about me is actually outlined in astrology, down to my trauma, down to my painful experiences. That's even outlined. Whew. Down to my character flaws, that's even outlined. What do I have control over? Do I even have free will? The answer, the short answer, not really, okay? And be okay with that, right? So it's things like that, certain truths. We're in this world and we have this illusion of control, and it's relinquishing that illusion, and it's like kind of feeling like someone's feeling like the rug is being slipped from under them because they're realizing that how much control they do not have. It's okay. It'll be all right. It'll be all right, baby. Okay? This is me on the other side of that. I've been through that, so I understand. But this is me on the other side of that, okay? And this could be you on the other side of that. Get through it, baby. Get through it. It's well worth it, all right? Just keep high vibing. All right. What else we got here for the Libras? What else we talking about for the mother effing Libras? We have the Queen of Swords coming out in reverse. Yeah, it's feeling blindsided. It's like, what? With the Knight of Wands, I'm feeling, yes, this energy of like pause, blindsided, stunned. What the F is going on? I don't even know now. There's like a whole, it's a new package of information coming in that's being downloaded. And it's just like, it's going to take time. Nobody's expecting you to just hop on board overnight, okay? When I first had like my first inklings of spiritual awakenings, I was like, okay, shut it down. Okay, I don't know what this is. And this was like before 11/11 was a thing. 11/11, make a fucking wish. It was before that. And I was just like, I was trying to talk to people like, yo, are y'all noticing like numbers? Have y'all noticed these coincidences where you're seeing 11/11 a lot or seeing your birthday a lot, you know? And I had nobody to talk to about it. I thought I was losing my shit. I was just perceiving the world differently. But because I had no frame of reference and I had no community to talk to, it wasn't as strong as it is nowadays. So use your community, okay? But because of that, I was like, shut it the fuck down. Okay, so I am going to start smoking and drinking more. And this is how I stifled that. Don't take that route. But if you decide that you're scared or whatever the case is, have grace. Have grace. You can't stop the awakening. The awakening is going to happen anyway. I.e., here I am, right? Okay, I couldn't stop it. I slowed it down. I couldn't stop it, all right? Anyway. Nine of Wands coming through in reverse. It doesn't have to be tough. You have resources. You have Google. Google these things, okay? You have a lot of access to information here. Also, when you're taking in information, because there is so much information out there, some of it can be misinformation. Some of it is just part of the information, okay? You can get truths from everyone. Not all of it's going to resonate with you, okay? So even with what I'm saying, some of this may or may not resonate with you. Use your discernment. This is how you learn to tweak your intuitive guidance. This is how you learn to tweak your gut instinct. Okay, that didn't make sense. That did. So I'm just going to take that. I'm not going to continuously, I'm not going to take everything in that this messenger says. I'm just going to take little by little from this messenger, from that messenger, and you fill up your own cup with your own pieces of truths, and that's it. Okay, the spiritual journey is different for everyone, but the one constant thing is you trust your inner knowing and you trust what resonates with you. Okay, your truth is not going to be the same as everyone else's truth. Doesn't matter how awakened someone else is, okay? You have your own truth. You have your own spiritual path for a reason, because you have a truth that you're supposed to bring to the world. You have your own slice of the pie. You have your own unique perspective that you need to now develop, okay? So don't sit here and just take everything from everyone. Use discernment, okay? All right, cool. What's next? All right, we have the Ace of Pentacles coming out in reverse. Ten of Wands coming out here with the Page of Swords. Yeah. All right, so this is a new perspective coming through. I feel like there's going to be, with this, okay, we have the Two of Cups. Okay, I'm going to preface this by saying you are going into alignment with your higher self, with your divine plan, with your divine path. I'm aligned with my divine path. In doing so, things that are not aligned with your divine path, things that are not Two of Cups energy, that is aligned with you and your motherfucking higher self, okay, that's going to start falling apart. You're going to see that crumble, because now is time to get serious about what you on this earth for. So the things that you was playing around with that was not coming close to Two of Cups is going to start falling away, all right? You're going to start noticing that certain things, opportunities, people, it could be environments, things like that, might start to feel heavier than usual. They might have felt like beautiful energy in your state of lack of awareness. When you switch over into spiritual awareness, these things that once felt like it fed your soul, you're going to realize that it's really just weighing on your soul. All right? Because you're making the switch into your authentic path. The things that felt aligned, they were aligned because you were, they felt aligned because you were on this path of your not so authentic path, okay? You are following a false path, all right? Once you go into your authentic path, the things that were on a false path, if it's not meant to be on that new path, it's going to fall apart, okay? So this is a process. This doesn't happen overnight. probably won't even happen in a couple of months. It might be a couple years, okay? But this is a process. This is just a reading that's outlining what happens in the beginning of the spiritual awakening. Okay. Page of Swords coming through. There's a new perspective. Things don't fall apart on its own. Your mindset will, and your new perspective will start to see these situations, these burdens for what they actually are. And that some of this, you might actually push it away because you realize it's a burden. And some of the things you might actually, it will just fall apart on its own, whatever the case is. Some of these situations, you're going to have to make decisions to separate from them. Okay. That's just what it is. You're going to have to make some tough decisions here. All right. That's just what that is. Cool. What's the overall advice for them? We have the 10 of Cups coming through. The 10 of Cups, look at that. We have the 2 of Cups with the 10 of Cups coming through. Some of you guys, this could be about love, okay? But this is about emotional fulfillment in every aspect, okay? It doesn't have to just be about love. This is just feeling good, feeling aligned, feeling like harmonious. So you're going to realize what's not harmonious in your life and then just make that decision to drop it, or it'll start to break away. And then it'll make room for harmonious relationships, harmonious environments, harmony altogether. This is a message of how to get on your harmonious, authentic, divine path. And not getting in the way of that with the King of Wands in reverse. That King of Wands in reverse, that is that energy of kind of trying to control it because things might be falling apart and you're like, no, I didn't say it could fall apart. I didn't say I want this out of my life. But you have to understand that it's a divine help. That you're dodging a bullet. Right? And if you're arguing for these things that are burdens to stay in your life, what you're doing is you're arguing against your own happiness. All right? When you argue to keep certain things in your life that are not aligned with you, you are arguing against your own happiness. So recognize when things are falling apart and that it's a part of this divine plan and divine alignment. And just appreciate that, okay? It's not going to always be fucking roses and rainbows, okay? It can be a little bit of a rough transition. It can be. Because certain things that fall apart, you might not want them to go. It happens. We've all been through it. Once again, the water's fine on the other side. It's a little rough. The waters is a little choppy, but once you get to the other side of it, it's smooth sailing, okay? Just go through this process. Don't be scared. Don't back down from a challenge, baby. All right? Let's go. All right. Yeah. Should I pull from this? Let's see. I'm going to pull from the Romance Angels real quick. The biggest takeaway is don't be afraid of your spiritual growth. Take it on. Retreat. This is a process between you, yourself, and you, okay? You, yourself, your higher self, whatever. You do your own secret studies. You do your own secret meditations. You do all that. Do not allow for other people, because the people around you, some of them are not going to be completely aligned with this. They're going to be like, what you on, okay? What does that even mean? Oh, you saw a feather, and now you think that means that spirit is watching you? Fucking cornball, right? You're gonna deal with stuff like that. Do not look for validation on the outside, okay? Unless you know this person is about the spiritual life, then whatever. Then you can get that feedback, that healthy feedback that's needed, because in this time of spiritual awakening, you are in a vulnerable state. So, and some of these people who you might try to get feedback from, they're not going to be in your life anymore because they're not going to be aligned with you in your new spiritual way. All right. So just keep this to yourself. Keep yourself in this little bubble. Try to figure out what your spiritual language is. Try to figure out what it feels like to get a clear message from spirit. Try to figure out what your intuition feels like. Is it a gut thing that happens? Do you feel I don't know. How does your intuition speak to you? These are things that you have to learn in your own quiet time. All right. How do you tap into your intuition? Is it by journaling? Is it by meditating? Is it by yoga? Is it by taking a walk in nature? These are things you have to figure out on your own now. This is where everybody starts breaking apart and start having their own separate a spiritual journey. This is why I'm saying, like, your truth is not going to be the same for someone else. My way of tapping into my intuition might not be the same for you. Some of you guys, it could be tarot cards that can help you tap in. Some of you guys, it might be crystals. Some of you guys, it might be being in nature. So you have to figure this out for yourself now. But it's not even a figuring out. It's just tapping in. You'll get the answers. You'll know what you need to do. It's a matter of fine-tuning your intuition at this point. That's an important thing. All right. And don't let any naysayers get in the way of that. Also, don't let your ego get in the way of that. All right. Don't try to hold on to control. Just kind of let go. All right. The water's fine. You'll be okay on the other side. Good luck. All right. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. Add me on IG, add me on Twitter, add me on the talk. Okay, I'm out here in these streets. Yeah, if you want to get in, if you want a personal reading, check out the info box below. If you want to be an angel donor, check out the Patreon link below. Thank you so much. Till we meet again. Peace.